possible. Anything's possible!
We're talking about back the game.
Welcome to Salem College Basketball, coming to you live from Salem College in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. My name is Mike Pettaway. I'm sitting alongside Donnie, the man Baldridge.
Good afternoon.
The Kentucky Wizard, or whatever.
I left my Kentucky soundbite in the other file.
Well, that really breaks my heart.
It should.
We are here for the Play for K game, and it refers to Kay Yao, who died of breast cancer, and they're raising money for that cause, and we will have the athletic director from Salem on at halftime to talk a little bit about that, as well as some upcoming events here at Salem College Athletics, and maybe a word or two about the basketball program. And it should be a good game against the Wesleyan Wolves from Georgia. It's a game between two teams that are both struggling. Salem, I think, has a 4-11 record overall, and the Wolves have a 1-14 record. 1-12 record, excuse me. But we have one more game to do on the air for Salem College. It'll be a week from tomorrow. But currently the Salem Spirits are in first place in the conference, 1-0 record. They defeated Agnes Scott on a game that you did.
That's right.
Here in beautiful Winston-Salem. And there's three teams in the conference, in the GSAC basketball conference. First one is Salem College, Agnes Scott, and Wesleyan, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the purpose in college basketball is to win your conference.
That's right.
Because that usually bodes well for some postseason activity.
You win the conference, you get to go play in the tournament.
And the coaches, they like that because it helps them protect their job.
I think it looks good when you have a nice, shiny merit badge on your Girl Scout sash.
As we said, both teams have struggled this season. Wesleyan, with their one win over Toccoa Falls back on January the 9th, was the only victory that Wesleyan has had this season, Donnie. And looking at the stats, the Wesleyan only averages 48 points a ball game, and Salem averages 59. So on paper, it's going to be a close ball game. But we've seen Wesleyan or Salem come out before and have trouble scoring right off the bat.
Yep.
They're confused the first 3, 4, 5 minutes of the game, and they tend sometimes to fall behind, sometimes by double digits. And one thing about this Salem team, they don't give up. I mean, they'll fight to the final buzzer. Mm-hmm. But I think this is an opportunity today for them to show what they can do. They're not going to be overmatched. They don't have any big size going against them like some of the games we've seen. Mm-hmm. And it should be a good opportunity for Coach Money's girls to come out and give a good performance and maybe pick up a win here, an important win for the conference.
That's right. A win tonight will make them 2-0 in the conference and really put a foothold in being able to win the conference 2 seasons in a row.
Which is, as we said, is always important. The starting lineups have been introduced for Wesleyan. We have Courtney Washington, Taylor Williamson, Myra Patrick, Taylor Hauser, and Kiona Benjamin. And for the home team, Salem Spirits, Hannah McBride, Hugh Lewis, which is a familiar name in Salem College basketball, leading scorer on the team, Crystal Lolis, Alexiana Bush, and Zy Henderson will round out the starting five for your Salem Spirits. As we said, the Salem is 1-0 in the conference with a January 10th win over Agnes Scott, 55-47, which was broadcast here on TriadSportsCoverage.com. I was out of town, but Mr. Baldridge took over and did a great job.
I was here with your buddy, Alec.
Alec, the man Hodges.
The man.
Alec will be here doing some public address announcing, I think, next Sunday for the college games.
That's right.
So, Alec, I know you're out there. You told me you were going to be working today, so we will see you next week. Here we go, Mr. Baldridge.
All right, we got the tip, and the Salem Spirits won the toss. Ball is up to Lolis up at the top of the key. Passes it to Zy Henderson. Back to Lolis. Tries to get it inside the lane to Q Lewis, who doesn't handle it. Wesleyan with the steal. Goes up for the layup. Misses the layup. Rebound. Salem with Zy Henderson pushing the ball down the court. Comes down the middle of the lane. Kicks it out to Lolis at the 3. Off the side of the iron. Rebound. Wesleyan. And now number 31, Williamson for Wesleyan, bringing the ball down the court. She crosses the timeline, now met by Zy Henderson playing some tight defense, drives to the left-hand side, passes it to Washington at the top of the key, who passes it down inside the paint, passes to number 34 on the outside, back to number 31, shoots off the side of the iron, rebound. Salem, Lawless pushing the ball down the court, hits it to Zy Henderson now. Zy Henderson back to Lawless at the top of the key. Setting the offense.
Looks like a zone defense by the Wesleyan Wolves.
Looks like some sort of 3-2 zone. McBride with a rebound. Lawless with a shot. Off the side of the iron. Rebound, Alexiana Bush. Passes it to Zy Henderson. Gets intercepted by Washington, who tries to bring it down the court. Passes it to Whitford now.
Looks like a little bit of a travel and carry on that call missed by the referee, and there's a mishandled pass.
Intercepted by the Salem. Now Zy Henderson pushing it down right down the middle of the court. Tries to go for a right-handed layup. Is fouled by number 13, Alyssa Whitford from Wesleyan.
She was determined that Zy wasn't going to make that layup.
I don't know if Zy had a very good shot. She looks like she was going 100 miles an hour. Didn't know how to stop.
So she will go to the line for 2 here with the first foul of the ball game called. And she misses the first free throw.
Right off the side of the iron. Second shot is up. And good. So now with 18 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first half, the score is 1-0. Salem College with Williamson for Wesleyan bringing the ball down the court. Met by Zy Henderson playing some tight defense. Drives down the left-handed side of the lane. Tried to pass it into number 22, Benjamin, but got fouled. Zy Henderson fouled her, so it looks like there's going to be another set of free throws here, but this time for Wesleyan.
Yeah, I think the Wolves are going to maybe attack the basket and maybe try to draw these fouls. We'll see if they can hit any free throws here.
During the shoot-around, that was a miss there by Williamson, but during the shoot-around, it looked like she had a pretty decent shot. I'm pretty sure she'll catch this second one and tie up the game. Second shot up, and good. 1-1. Now Lawless pushing the ball way down the court, hits Zy Henderson all the way across the timeline, passes to McBride in the corner, back to Zy Henderson on the elbow for a 3. Off, but rebound Lawless, but collided somehow. There was no call. It was a tie-up between Benjamin and Lawless, and Benjamin got the brunt of the hit. And
they're calling the foul on Q Lewis. You know, there was a lot of contact before the whistle. I mean, that was a goal line stand tackle down on the foul line. No call. And then when there was little contact, referee blows the whistle.
We call that a makeup call, Mike.
Well, they've made it up, that's for sure.
The referee said, whoops, we missed that one here. We'll call this one now. All right, well, it looks like Wesleyan is going to inbound the ball on their side of the court, or on Salem side of the court.
Number 20 just came in for Wesleyan. Their leading scorer, Diamond Hudson from Warner Robins, Georgia.
Ball's kicked out to the three-point line to Diamond. Off the side of the iron, misses. Q Lewis with the rebound, bringing the ball down the court by herself. Crosses the timeline, drives it into the left side of the lane. Passes it to Zy Henderson, but the ball was a little bit too hot and got tipped and went out of bounds.
We were commenting before we came on the air, Donnie, about the number of shots that Diamond Hudson has taken. And right away, when she came in, she went to her three-point spot. They fed her the ball, and right up in the air it goes.
That's right. Don't waste any time. Just shoot the ball. Well, it looks like it was off of Wesleyan, so Salem gets to keep the ball here. So it looks like Lawless is inbounding the ball underneath her basket. Inbounds it into Zy Henderson up at the three-point line. Wesleyan stays now in a 2-3 zone here with their smaller guards up at the top. Passes it to McBride on the wing. Passes it Lawless all the way across the court back to Zy Henderson at the top of the key. Passes to McBride, who tries to get it in there to Alexiana Bush can't quite handle the pass. Wesleyan now with the ball. Diamond pushing the ball down the court on the left-hand side. Goes towards the lane. Zai Henderson playing some tight defense, made her pass it off to Williamson. Shoots, misses, rebounds. Zai Henderson, who's now pushing the ball down the court herself, passes to McBride. Pulls up, passes to Lawless, who now passes it to Zai Henderson. Now to Q Lewis inside, drives to the lane. Right-handed layup off the side of the iron. Rebound, Washington for Wesleyan. Now we have Williamson bring the ball down the court for Wesleyan. The Salem Spirits are in a man-to-man defense right now. Zai Henderson on the ball. Passes to Diamond. Now inside to Williamson, or to Washington. Off the side of the iron. Rebound, Wesleyan. Off the front of the iron now. Now Q Lewis with the rebound. Passes to Lawless, who's going to bring the ball down the court here.
Neither team is lighting it up on the scoreboard, are they?
Not right now. I feel like they got to get get the rust off, kind of get a little bit, as my coaches like to say, get a little wet. He said, I never want to see you shoot the ball until you've got a little bit of sweat on your arms.
You know, this is pretty much the way Salem starts all their ball games. It takes them a while to start putting points up, but once they do it, I'm surprised they haven't gotten the ball into Q Lewis more and let her work down low, because she is a force and, you know, she is leading scorer. So, again, I think they're having a little bit of trouble. They're making some lazy passes that are getting knocked away, and which is typical of how this team starts their games.
Yep. Well, right now, ball is inbounded to Salem. Collins with a shot off the side of the iron. Rebound, Salem. And it looks like the Wesleyan is sticking in this 2-3 zone now. Lawless tries to get the ball into, see here, it was Sabrina Shepard, who's been out for a few games now. But Sabrina Shepard is in the game. It looks like...
so is Shaniqua Collins. She is number 5. She has 2 numbers, 3 or 5. Today it's 5.
Today it's 5. Well, those two are some pretty good shooters right now. So it looks like Coach Monet's got some shooters out here to get them out of this zone here. Passes in there to Sabrina Shepard off the side of the iron. Rebound, Diamond pushing the ball down the court for Wesleyan. Pushes down to the left-hand side, goes towards the lane, kicks it back out to Williamson, passes it to Whitford, who shoots off the side of the iron. Rebound, Salem. Now Lawless pushing the ball down the court, just stops in the middle of the lane, jumps straight up for a shot.
I think she was fouled on the way up.
There's a blocking foul now on Wesleyan on Williamson, number 31.
Wolves foul number 31, Kyle Williamson, her first, third team foul. Crystal Lawless.
It's one thing about the Salem guards. They aren't afraid to penetrate the lane and drive in there and just take what they dish out, I guess.
That's right. Lawless with the first free throw up and in. Now she gets her second free throw. Shot is up. Off the side of the iron, rebound Wesleyan now. Now with Williamson bringing the ball down the court. Takes her time setting up the offense, but met by McBride as she crosses the timeline. Shot is up by Whitford. And in, three-point shot. So now the score is 4-2. Wesleyan. Now Lawless passes the ball to Collins. Back to Lawless at the top of the key. To McBride on the corner. Back to Lawless up at the top of the key. Passes it to Shepard. Shepard off the side of the backboard. Misses. But now there's a scramble on the floor trying to get the loose ball.
Are they going to call it a tie-up?
Yep, they called a jump ball, and the possession error looks like it remains with Wesleyan.
Returning to the court for Wesleyan, number 22, Kiana Benjamin.
Wesleyan has a substitute coming in, number 12.
Miley Connor,
number 12.
Diamond Hudson bringing the ball down the court now for Wesleyan. It looks like the whole offense has just stopped waiting for her to do something. Now Miley's got the ball down the corner. Wrestle with McBride. They call it a jump ball, and it looks like it goes to Salem now. Excellent defense by McBride, just waiting for the...
Yeah, that was great hustle. As soon as that ball got within her reach, she grabbed it and caused a jump ball situation. Possession goes over to the Spirits.
Now Spirits with the ball. Collins over on the wing. Throws it to Lawless over at the top of the key. Now tries to get it inside the lane. Tip pass. Wesleyan now has the ball. Long pass out here to Whitford. Whitford up and in off the glass.
That was a great down court look by Hudson. She looked up right around half court and saw that Whitford was breaking ahead of the pack, and a great pass right on target. Great layup off the glass.
Yep, it looks like right now the passes just aren't as crisp. Like Like Salem can't find who they want to throw the ball to when they want to throw it there. It just happens to be there.
You know, I cover a local high school, and they seem to have the same problem. They don't put any oomph behind your pass.
There you go.
And the receiver is waiting for the ball to get to them. And I remember last night at the game we were doing, I heard a parent give out some very good instruction. Go to the ball. He kept saying, go to the ball.
That's right.
And that's exactly what these people, they got to go out because the defense is going to get in the passing lane and take it away from you if you don't.
Yeah, the defense wants to stay near the basket. Well, now Salem's got the ball. Lawless bringing the ball down the court, passes it to Q Lewis on the three-point line. Now into Shepard around the free throw line.
Sabrina Shepard, she's when she played earlier in the season, she was a very good outside shooter.
Yep, she's a good stretch forward right there that'll really make this defense stretch out and contend some of her shots that she can shoot around 15 to 19 feet away. Yep. Right now is a tie-up. Q Lewis going after a loose ball. Wesleyan fighting for it, and it looks like somehow Wesleyan wins the battle and keeps the ball on their side of the court.
One thing about both these teams is you don't have a lack of effort because they're really fighting for everything they get out there.
Diamond Hudson right now with the ball at the top of the key, passes it into Miley Connor. Ball's tipped out of bounds by McBride, and it looks like it's going to stay with Wesleyan.
6-4 ball game with the Spirits on the short end of the scoreboard with 14:03 to go in the first half. From Salem College in beautiful Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Beautiful Winston-Salem, and kind of cold.
And kind of cold.
All right, Wesleyan inbounds the ball to Diamond now. Diamond Hudson met by Lawless. Shot clock was winding down. Needed to throw the ball into the air and just get it off the iron, but couldn't quite make it. A shot clock violation. Ball now goes to Salem. Lawless now bringing the ball down the court. Wesleyan still in their 2-3 zone. Little handoff pass to Collins to Lawless on the wing. Passes it to Shepard. Q Lewis inside the lane.
They're going to call a foul before the shot, I believe.
So foul is on the floor. Ball stays here with Salem College. Lawless now to inbound the ball underneath the basket.
That's Hudson's second foul here in the first half.
In the first 6 minutes.
Yep.
Inbounding the ball to Collins, who was wide open for an easy jumper. Now ties up the game 6-6 with 13 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first half. We've got Williamson bringing the ball down the court for Wesleyan. Passes it to Whitford. Whitford on the wing. Passes it to Washington at the top of the key. Back to Williamson on the right-hand side. Right-hand side driving baseline.
Williamson did a real smart thing. She lowered her shoulder, and she initiated the contact. Mm-hmm. But when you're driving the baseline like that, 9 times out of 10, they're going to call the foul on the defender, and that's what they did in that case.
But she's up at the line. It looks like she's going to get to shoot 2. The first shot is up off the front of the iron.
That foul was on Crystal Lolas. That's her first personal.
McBride coming out of the game, and Zy Henderson returning.
Miss excitement, Zy Henderson.
There it is. Second shot is up off the backboard.
Did not hit the rim, so it's a violation. The ball will be thrown out of bounds by Salem.
Lawless now inbounds the ball to Zy Henderson. Zy bringing the ball down the court, crosses the timeline. Passes it back to Lawless on the three-point elbow. All the way across the court to Collins. Now to Shepard in the wing. A shot up and in. Easy shot. 8-6 now with 13 minutes left in the first half. Salem College is up by 2. Benjamin now bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Collins. Connors kind of shuffled her pivot foot.
Moved her, used her left arm to push. They finally called traveling. There was probably a half a dozen reasons to blow a whistle in that little episode, but it
was a little chaotic in here. And Salem really playing some tight defense really made it chaotic for Wesleyan. So right now, Zy Henderson bringing the ball down the court, passes it to Lawless, who passes it to Q Lewis.
That stepped out of bounds.
That inline.
When you come down the baseline, you got to know where you're at, or hope the referee's looking somewhere else when you're coming down the baseline.
Benjamin or Williamson bringing the ball down the court now. Passes it to Connor. Connor
A little contact, no call.
back
More-
to Benjamin.
More contact, no call.
Zy Henderson reaches in, kind of taps the pass, but then it was still off of Williamson. So Salem now with the ball on the turnover, bringing the ball down the court with the score of 8-6. Still, Zy Henderson crosses the timeline now. Passes it to Collin, wide open at the 3, looks it off, passes it to Lolis on the 3. Passes it to Zy Henderson, back to Collins, to Q Lewis, and then to Shepard inside the paint. Easy back off the glass. 10-6.
Sabrina's, she's made, three outside shots. Maybe she's made 8 of the 10 points for the Spirits.
Now we've got Williamson bringing the ball down the court for Wesleyan. Passes it to Washington.
A little
Pump.
traveling music. Yeah, we did a little dipsy-do before we took off with the ball. So
She had a little Jacob Brown move is what I like to call that. A little shot fake where the feet left the floor a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so now we've got the ball here with Salem on the turnover. Zy Henderson bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Collins at the 3. She looks off the shot. Passes it all the way across to a wide-open Lawless. Shot is off the back of the iron. Rebound, Washington for Wesleyan. Wesleyan now bringing the ball down the court is Williamson. Williamson slowing the ball up. Takes the pick. Looks at a shot, looks it off, and passes to Whitford. Now Whitford trying to get the ball into Washington. Washington posting up. Back to Whitford for a 3. Off the backboard and misses. Rebound. Salem. Lawless is pushing the ball down the court now. She slows it up at the elbow. Passes it to Shepard. Wide open at the 3. Passes to Collins up for a wide open shot off the side of the iron. Rebound. Q Lewis goes underneath the basket. A little reverse layup, but missed.
A little
Rebound.
strong on that put-back layup, and it rebound went to Wesleyan. 10-6, 10:52 to go in the first half of play here at Salem College.
Williamson now bringing the ball up at the top of the key, met by Zy Henderson. Some tight defense, passes to Connors. Connors driving on the right-hand side, goes baseline. Ran out of some real estate, passes it off, though, to number 34, Maya Patrick. And so now the score is 10-8 with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Salem College is ahead. Lawless now passes to Connors. Connors back to Lawless. To Q Lewis inside the paint. Drives on the right-hand side. Goes up for the shot. Had it partially blocked by Patrick. Now
Great.
Wesleyan with the ball.
It was a great defense by Patrick. But that's what Salem needs to do, is get the ball low to Q Lewis. She's been really non-factor so far in this ball game.
It's that 2-3 zone, Mike. Q Lewis likes to be in that lane right there and use her body and her power and her speed to make a basket. Well, there's a turnover here with Wesleyan. Zy Henderson pushing the ball down the court, passes it to Collins at the three-point line, misses, but rebound Q Lewis, who passes it to Shepard.
That might have been one too many passes. I think Q had an open shot there to bounce it off the backboard, but
I think right now it's a little bit in her head, and she's got to shake it off. She's got to get a little bit of her confidence back, and Monet's going to give her a breather right now and bring back in Alexiana Bush to get a little bit more size and power to break up that zone. Ball's inbounded to Collins, who takes a shot and misses.
a lot of contact. They're going to call Lolis, I believe, with the push, but there's been a lot of arm contact on both teams, and that when the player with the ball is using that free arm to make a little distance between themselves and a defender, and that time it was they were both running down the court. As soon as you hit someone, you knock them off balance, and if you hit the floor, obviously you'll get a call the other way. So
No, you definitely get a lot of attention laying on the floor. Hannah McBride has re-entered the game now, who had that first steal of the game. Now Williamson driving the ball down the court, passes it to Washington, wide open underneath. Washington's a 6'2" center right now, and she's really a force to reckon with down there underneath the glass. But Shepard now with the ball shoots a three-pointer up and in. So now the score is 13-10. Salem with 9 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half. Williamson now bringing the ball down the court. Met by Zy Henderson, who steals it all alone. Drives on the right-hand side, goes up for the layup. And in 15-10, Salem College with 9 minutes left in the first half. And we got a timeout here on Wesleyan. We're going to take a quick 30-second break and be right back.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
And we're back here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, with a score of 15-10 at Salem College over Wesleyan College.
I want to give a shout-out to Community Baptist.
Shout out.
Community Baptist High School men's basketball team. They beat our home team, Winston-Salem Christian School, last night up in Reedsville, 51-49. Jake Hearn made a last-second shot at the buzzer.
I've never seen that before.
And Jake Hearn also made a last-second shot to beat the Lions here in Winston-Salem. But two pretty evenly matched ball clubs, great coaches. And the the environment last night was just unbelievable. The gym was packed with mostly fans from Reedsville, but it was just a great environment for a Friday night high school basketball game. But congratulations to Jake Hearn and to the Coach Beatty, or Yady, I think it's Yady, up at Community Baptist.
Looks like a full court pressure here by Salem, who's pushing the ball. Now Diamond Henderson pushing the ball down, breaks the trap.
Whoa, she walked.
Passes it again to Washington, who had our walk earlier in the game.
I think she was intended to dish that ball off to her right, but just kept running with the ball for a couple steps, and good call by the referee.
All right, Zy Henderson now with the ball after the turnover, brings it down the court. Passes it into Shepard, who kicks it back out to Collins on the three-pointer. Passes it to Zy Henderson, back to Collins, to Bush, who also traveled.
A little traveling music. A lot of it going on here today.
It's the little Allman Brothers playing out here. All right, we got Diamond Henderson now bringing the ball down the court for Wesleyan, met by Zy Henderson playing some tight defense. Passes it to Washington, back to Hudson. All the way underneath the basket, was going to Washington for a give and go, but it was intercepted by McBride, who now pushes the ball down the court to Zy Henderson, met by Connors, now passes the ball to Collins.
Defense is all over those ball handlers.
She's very intense.
And look what, she's almost caused a turnover.
Now Zy Henderson back at the top of the key. There's 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Alexiana Bush with the shot off the side of the iron. Rebound. Washington for Wesleyan. Now pushing down the court is Whitford. Whitford driving to the right-hand side. Off the front of the iron. Now McBride with the rebound. A long outlet pass to Collins. Driving to the right-hand side. Up and in. Score now is 17-10. Salem College with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half.
On that previous play, it was a good play by Zy Henderson to knock that ball loose from Whitford, who was going to go in for a layup. So great defense, and there's
It's a nice inlet pass here to Washington, who ran out of real estate looking for a pass, but didn't have anywhere to go.
But they threw it off of one of the Salem players. Now they get the ball inbounds under their own bucket with.
Passes into Washington, wide open, shot is up, missed, but it was a rebound by Shepard and number 34, Patrick. It was a tie-up, and the ball stays here with Salem now.
You mentioned the name Jacob Brown. That was a Jacob Brown inbound play where you just toss it up in the air and let the biggest person on your team go up and get it.
Just look for the tallest person, throw it in the air. Well, Zy Henderson now with the ball, passes it to Collins on the wing, who sees Bush going over across the corner.
They're going to call another feet shuffling down in the corner. Bush turned with the ball in her hand, and I think standing there by yourself, sometimes you don't get away with that. If you're in a big crowd, you can shuffle your feet sometime and not get caught, but that was pretty obvious down in the corner.
But now it looks like Diamond Henderson is bringing the ball down the court. Shot for the three-point land. Almost looks like her shot has a little bit of a spiral to it, Mike.
It does.
Long outlet pass to Zy Henderson, drives into the lane all by herself. Left-handed layup, reverse.
That was good awareness by Hudson, who already has 2 fouls, and she just backed right off and let Henderson go around her without any body contact. And you don't want to get 3 fouls here in the first half.
Yeah, 2 fouls is bad enough, but 3 fouls will make it even worse.
Particularly when you're scoring almost half the team's points for the year.
That's right. All right, right now, Williamson bringing the ball down the court for Wesleyan. Williamson looking for the pass, hands it off to Hudson. Hudson looks at a 3, picks it back up, passes it back to Williamson, who passes it into Washington. Back to Ashford. Whitford for the three-pointer. That's her second three-pointer of the game, making the score 17-13. Salem College still in the lead. 6 minutes and 24 seconds left in the first half. Sabrina Shepard now with the ball. Passes it into someone new.
You're going to call a foul down on the floor before the shot, I believe.
Pass it into Michelle Morgan, who just came into the game.
Washington's first, fifth team foul. Myra Patrick returning for Wesleyan.
A couple of subs from Wesleyan. Ball is now inbounded to Collins. Passes across the court to McBride, to Collins for the three-point area. She passed it all the way to Sabrina Shepard, and there's some call. I missed the hand signs, but it looks like it was some sort of turnover for Wesleyan.
It was either 3 seconds or he held up 2 threes. There's not a 33 on the floor. So.
No 33 today.
So I think he called 3 seconds on one of the low post players for Salem.
All right, Wesleyan now with the ball. Diamond Hudson shoots the three-pointer with that little spiral shot. Whitford now with the rebound, puts it back up. And they're calling a foul on Michelle Morgan.
Michelle came in on the last timeout. She is replaced by Q Lewis.
With 5 minutes and 55 seconds left now, Wesleyan with a stack inbound play.
A lot of motion, looking for someone to be open.
Hudson inbounds the ball. Open on the three-point shot. Off the side of the iron. Q Lewis going up for the rebound, but was fouled by Patrick. Salem keeps the ball. Lewis now inbounds the ball to Henderson. Henderson bringing the ball down the court. Calls the play, and Wesleyan staying in this 2-3 zone. Passes to McBride on the wing. Passes it to Q Lewis on the corner. Drives it back out. Passes all the way across the court to Collins, who tries to get it to McBride, who is open on that open spot of the zone. But it was tipped out of bounds by Wesleyan. Washington re-enters the game with Diamond Hudson taking a seat on the bench. Inbounds the ball to Salem. Collins with a wide open shot. Rebound, Q Lewis goes hard up. Passes it to Shepard.
They're going to call her for traveling, but she did have her shot rejected by Washington. But they called a travel before the shot.
So turnover now with 5 minutes and 28 seconds left. Wesleyan gets the ball now. Benjamin inbounds the ball to Williamson. Williamson bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Whitford.
We almost got a close-up and personal look at Hannah McBride. She made a great play and came right up to the broadcast area here.
Well, Michaela Sievers has now entered the game. With Zy Henderson with the ball, passes it to Q Lewis, who goes across the court to Shepard, who passes it to McBride, who goes for the layup. Couldn't quite make the connection, and now it's a rebound in Wesleyan with Williamson bringing the ball down the court. Met by Michaela Sievers, now passes it to Whitford. Another three-pointer.
Whitford's taken over the scoring for the Wolves today.
Right now, Salem's got the ball. Michaela Sievers bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Zy Henderson, to Shepard, to Q Lewis, back to Sievers, to McBride. Now to Q Lewis in the lane. Off the glass and in. I think that's her first basket.
I believe it might be.
19-15 now with 4 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first half. Salem College is ahead. Wesleyan bringing the ball down the court. Williamson wanted to pass it to Whitford, but there was some tight defense by McBride. A wide open number 22, Benjamin, shoots the ball off the iron, misses it.
That was a great look by Washington, but Benjamin got it on the left side of the back of the rim and didn't have enough strength in her left arm to bounce it off the board. So
Zy Henderson with an interception now gets the ball, passes it all the way into the lane to Q Lewis, who passes it back inside out to Sabrina Shepard, up and in, 21-15, Salem College. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half.
3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Hey, I'm dyslexic.
I thought you were Donnie for a minute.
Hey-o. Wesleyan now with the ball. Number 34, Patrick, now trapped in the corner. Passes it to Washington at the elbow. Off the side of the iron. Rebound, Patrick. Wow, who dropped his shoulder. Went right into Q Lewis, who gave up her body and hit the floor, and it was called traveling. Called a charging foul.
They called it a player possession offensive foul. And I think it was a good call. She did lower her shoulder and kind of made some room. Should be
is much more contact than I'm used to seeing from our boys that just fall down. Well, Michaela Sievers now bringing the ball down the court. Now it looks like Wesleyan's in a 3-2 zone. Passes it to wide open McBride off the glass and in. Well, they passed it into Q Lewis, who was in the lane, Mike, and the defense just swarmed around her, and she saw McBride wide open underneath the basket.
See, Salem actually has 3 guards on the floor on this lineup with Sievers, McBride, and Henderson. And if Sabrina Shepard continues her hot shooting, and then if we can get Q Lewis to start contributing on offense, I would say Salem's in a pretty good position with an 8-point lead with 3:09 to go in the first half.
That's right, Mike. If she can keep her head on a swivel a little bit and see some of these passes that she can execute when the defense swarms around her, they'll get some wide open baskets like what we saw with Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we have a score of 23-16. We have Williamson at the free throw line shooting free throws. She's made her first one. Here comes her second. Shot is up. Off the back of the iron, rebound, Q Lewis, who pushes the ball down the court for the offense, passes this Michaela Sievers.
3-on-2.
Passes it to Collins. Ooh, tries to get it into Q Lewis, but it looks like it was tipped out of bounds by Wesleyan. Stays here with Salem with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left.
Again, that may have been one too many passes. I think Lola should have, or Collins should have went up and made a short jumper.
But now the ball is inbounded here. Q Lewis with the ball in the lane. Passes to McBride, wide open at the top of the key, off the front of the iron. Rebound, Wesleyan.
Follow your shot.
Yep.
Would have had the rebound, right?
Follow your shot, that's right. Now Williamson passes the ball to Whitford. McBride playing some tight defense on Whitford. Steal by Sievers. Sievers pushing the ball down the court on the left-hand side. Patches a little cross to Lewis. And a blocking foul on Wesleyan.
Blocking foul on the Wesleyan defender.
Connor, who plays a little spirited defense, is I think what Mike would like to call it. Q Lewis with her first shot off the iron and out. Gets her second shot here. Patrick taking the seat right now for Benjamin now for Wesleyan. Q Lewis with her second shot. Up and in. The score now is 25-16, Salem College.
We have a substitute coming in for McBride, and it's number 14, Ashlyn Rector from State Road, North Carolina. Ooh. Seeing her first action with 2.5 to go in the halftime in the first half.
Williamson now for Wesleyan brings the ball into the court, passes to Benjamin at the top of the key. Back to Williamson, drives into the lane.
A lot of contact. She draws the foul.
She does the same thing she did when she came down this baseline, Mike. She dropped her shoulder, went straight up, and just tossed the ball towards the basket. If the defense is a little bit quicker on their feet, Mike, I don't think she makes that contact, and I don't think that she gets this foul called and she just throws the ball into the air. Well, now she gets free throws. Up and in for the first one, making the score 24-17 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. Second shot. Up and off the back of the iron, rebound. Sievers pushing the ball down the court on the left-hand side. Met by Connors. An easy layup. Connors was looking for the charge, but Sievers just kind of swooped past her.
Sievers kind of pulled up and let little underhand layup.
And I'm not going to lie, when somebody's waiting for a charge underneath the basket, I love that play. They just leave them standing still. But now Wesleyan with the ball. Benjamin shoots a wild three-point shot. Rebound now Salem. Sievers bringing the ball down the court. Passes it to Collins at the three-point line. Passes it to Q Lewis, who looks at the shot off the side of the iron. Rebound, Wesleyan. Williamson bringing the ball down the court for Wesleyan College. Met by Collins, playing some tight defense. Gets it inside to Whitford.
Nice look and nice move.
Whitford just got the ball, turned and shot. Easy basket underneath. Now Sievers bringing the ball down the court for Salem. Passes it to Collins, wide open at the three. Looks off the shot. Passes it to Sievers at the top of the key. Drives it towards Shepard. Shepard with the shot. She will shoot the ball all day. The score now is 28-19. Salem with 1 minute left in the first half.
She has really ignited this offense for Salem.
Whitford now with the ball on the wing, passes it to Williamson on the corner, inside to Benjamin, who gets double-teamed, now kicks it back out to Williamson, shot for three, off the back of the iron, rebound, Benjamin for Wesleyan. Now Williamson driving on the right-hand side, throws the ball up, off the glass and in. Scores 21-28 with 40 seconds left. Seavers now bringing the ball down the court, met by Connor. Passes it to Sabrina Shepard, now to Q Lewis, underneath the basket,
Nice
and
drive.
in. She did a little up and under, went underneath the defense
Yep.
now. Shot clock is off with 26 seconds left. Williamson bringing the ball down the court. We have 20 seconds left in the half. Looks like they're going to look for the last shot. Williamson driving on the right-hand side. Tries to get that block again.
Whoa, don't. I was telling Q not to touch the ball. It would be a double dribble.
Rector now with the ball. Takes a three. Off. Williamson with the rebound. 1 second, and the half is over with the score of Winston-Salem College 30.
Salem College.
Oh, sorry.
In Winston-Salem.
I got too excited, Mike. Here. With Salem College 30 and Wesleyan 21. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break and be right back.
It's a new year, and most people are trying to make a new start. And many of us are trying to make a lasting impact in 2015. Here at the River Church, we believe the greatest way to do that is by connecting with God this year. So we want to invite you to be part of a growing movement that loves God, loves people, and is working to change the world around us, one person at a time. So why not join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. at North Davidson High School, where you will find relevant teaching, impactful, rocking worship, and a great and fun children's environment for your kids to learn more about Jesus. Check us out today at riverchurchlive.com.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
Is your business going to die alone? Never meet the customers of its dreams? Just sit on the couch crying into a carton of ice cream while other businesses are out there thriving? New Expression can help. Without the right marketing, you're a wallflower. Without a great website, you're not going to turn heads. And without social media, you don't even have a friend to tell people what a great personality you have. New Expression can give your business a total brand makeover and get you out there, attracting customers. It used to be about who had the biggest ad in the phone book. Today, customers hit the web to locate and research before they call. If Google isn't steering customers to your site or they're not impressed by what they see, you're missing out. New Expression does web design and can provide a free analysis to see how your site stacks up against the competition. Don't have time to constantly update social media? Want cool custom apps and graphics? New Expression can help there too. From print design to mobile marketing to online presence to brand identity, New Expression can help you express yourself. Find out more at nuexpression.com.
And welcome back here at halftime in Winston-Salem, North Carolina at Salem College,
Where the Spirits are on top 30-21 over the Wesleyan Wolves. We are joined here in the broadcast booth, I guess we'll call it, by the Salem College Athletic Director, Ms. Melissa Barrett. Welcome to the halftime. Are you there?
I am there, loud and clear.
We wanted to have you on here at halftime, talk a little bit about the Salem College, the athletic environment here at Salem College. We know we have one of the best soccer programs for D3 school in the area. I know you have a great softball program, which will be starting up there. I came by the field before today's basketball game. They're out there taking batting practice, and all the girls are all excited.
Yep.
And I believe your scorekeeper is actually a softball player, she told me, so she was excited about that. And we're winding down on the basketball season, and it's a first-year coach, new environment for basketball, and it's been somewhat of a struggle. But I've been impressed with the effort that these young athletes give every game I come to. I mean, they fight to the very last buzzer, no matter who they're playing.
Absolutely.
And today is a great opportunity for them to pick up a win. You know, and it's a critical win, a conference game.
Yep.
So you want to keep winning those conference games. But as we look into the spring, softball is obviously in this part of the state. Softball in the high school level is very popular. And travel ball with that age group.
Very popular.
Kids
You're correct.
They start playing softball at 5, 6, 7 years old, and they go all over the southeast playing. And we are going to have the privilege of broadcasting most, if not all, your home softball games. We're looking forward to that. But tell me a little bit about your softball program and how that's beginning to take hold and how it's grown. Coach Scott Long is your head coach.
That's correct.
How is that program coming along, and what do you see here in the near future for your softball program?
Well, I don't know if you remember, but we started the program. I've been here just about 4 years, and we have been playing intercollegiate competition for this will start our third season. So Coach Long has literally built the program from the ground up. And as you know, you've seen many, many different athletic contests over the years. It takes time to build a program. And we, as athletic directors, we want our coaches to have a sense of urgency and a sense of drive. But, behind the scenes, we realize that it does take a little bit of time. And, I think every year with the softball program, we've gotten stronger. And this year we've got our largest first-year class. I think he has 10 new faces with the program. So I think more and better is on its way. So I think we're going to have an exciting season. We're excited to have you all out at the games, broadcasting for our fans. And with 10 first years, I know that we'll have a lot of folks tuning in who cannot get out and watch us in person.
You know, you're talking about the number of athletes that come out for your sports. As you begin to make a name for yourself, for example, your soccer program, you have 30 kids dressed out in a home game. And Coach Callahan can interchange all 30 of them. And we've talked many times about the opportunity for these young athletes, female athletes in the area that want to play at the next level and maybe are not heavily recruited by some of your more established programs.
Sure.
This is a great opportunity to continue your athletic desire to play basketball, to play soccer, to play softball at a very, very competitive level, with also getting a great education, by the way, since you are a student/athlete.
Correct.
And I've been impressed with the coaches you have here and how they really work hard, and they know that, a D3 school with limited resources, a very small school, you go up against some well-established programs, and you don't back down a bit. You just, you throw them to the wolves, so to speak, and like today. And I just think it's neat to watch these young athletes that ordinarily, if they didn't choose a small school like Salem, would probably not be still playing the sport they love.
And Division III is all about playing for your passion and your love of the game. These athletes do not have athletic scholarships. Many of them are on some type of institutional aid, whether it's an academic scholarship or something similar. But they come here because they want an education first. But like you said, they do want to continue to play in college. And to have that opportunity in an institution like Salem is something that a lot of very talented athletes have taken advantage of. And it was funny that you mentioned that, the opportunity to play at a place like Salem. Many of our athletes have choices. Many, especially coming from the soccer program, or I should say going to our soccer program, they have choices. They're somewhat heavily recruited at the Division III level and sometimes at the Division II level. And the great job that Coach Callahan has done and put together a very strong program, that helps us really attract some of those athletes that are going to continue to help us carry on our success.
A winning program doesn't hurt recruiting whatsoever.
It doesn't.
I mean, it goes
helps
hand,
it, believe it or not.
It goes hand in hand. If you can go sit down with a young lady and say, by the way, we're 3-time conference champions. We go to the national tournament. That's going to raise some eyebrows in a living room with some young lady who never thought she'd play at a college level. And I know we've had our share of playing Lynchburg in soccer. But Lynchburg is a national powerhouse on D3 soccer.
Yep.
But I think just the experience that our girls have. Went out on that field and played the very best in the country in D3, And I think that's something that they will remember the rest of their lives, that, we became a college athlete. We were able to play against Lynchburg, who was a national powerhouse.
Yep.
And I know it's a tough road to hoe because you got to get through them to go any further with the NCAA tournament. And, usually you come in, and I think the last 2 years you've been matched up against Lynchburg right off the bat.
Well, this past season we certainly were.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we played. You're testing my memory. It was not Lynchburg.
But it was someone that was like a number one seed in the region.
It was. And Lynchburg this year ended up winning it all. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I know we gave them 2 pretty good ball games. They didn't run us off the field. I know that.
That's correct.
Because the one game it was raining, and I was doing the commentary with a handheld microphone, and it was. But you could tell that Lynchburg. You can see why they win and why they're so well respected. Now, basketball wise, last year you had a successful season. And as we said, this year there's a new coach, new philosophy, and it takes some getting used to by these young ladies. It's all of a sudden a new face is telling them, "Here's how we do this." It takes them a while to get adjusted, but I've been impressed with quite a few of the young ladies here on your team, and I know that having Sabrina Shepard back, when she wants to score points, when she gets hot, you might as well close the gym door because she's going to blow it out.
Absolutely, she's a phenomenal shooter. She's a great player, and all the women on the team have shown poise and leadership during a time when we have welcomed a new coach, and the team chemistry. We talk about the X factor sometimes, and what takes a good program to great, or an average program to good, and that X factor a lot of times is team chemistry, and we have a lot of returners. A lot of returners on our basketball program, but you take one individual and you add a couple new faces or even one new face to that mix, and you have to reignite and redevelop that chemistry. And I think that's one of the reasons we've had some success going into the spring semester, is that we've started to really develop that chemistry, and we've played with each other and played with our very talented Coach Moni, and develop that chemistry. And so down the stretch, it's starting to show. We're getting some W's. So far, so good today.
And you talk about team chemistry, and that is so important in any kind of team environment, whether it's at work or on a basketball floor. And I've noticed that with these girls. They all pull for each other. They get excited when a teammate does something well, and that builds a lot of togetherness. And it shows that even though you may have a great score in Sabrina or in Q, that's not why they're on the floor. I mean, that's what they do. But when they score, the team goes crazy because they're all pulling for that same common goal. Is let's try to win this basketball game. And I know that in some of the games that I've witnessed, when things got looking pretty bleak for them, they never give up. They're diving for a ball in the last second of the ball game because. As you mentioned the word, that they have a passion, they love the game. They were given an opportunity to continue the sport, and they love it, and it's not necessarily, it's not about an individual, it's about this team, and I think that's what's good about the programs you have, and the ones that I've witnessed, I've been impressed. You have some great coaches, obviously, and
absolutely.
Your athletic director is not too bad either.
She's not a bad person, not at all. Thank you for saying so.
Once you get to know her, and she gives you a table and chairs and maybe a tent when the sun's out, you never know.
We are, we certainly roll out the red carpet for our radio folks. So.
Yeah, right. But we're looking forward to, I guess it's a week from tomorrow, there's going to be a doubleheader softball game that we're looking forward to doing our first softball broadcast and kind of get our bearings as what goes on at your Salem College softball field. And softball is it's a fun sport to watch, and I've always enjoyed broadcasting softball games because you see a lot of amazing things these young ladies do on the softball field. And plus, I know two of your players that I covered in high school. So
That's right.
I'm going to be with Brianna Crumley and Maggie Fritz.
Okay.
And I know Maggie's mom, and it's going to be fun to watch her. I can remember Maggie when she was a freshman in high school, and just how she's matured and grown and become just a fine young lady. And it's going to be fun to watch her play softball for the Spirits.
Yep, absolutely. And, we have our season opener, like you said, 1 week from today. We're actually playing in Raleigh at Peace. We won't be home until the beginning of that week. I think Monday we'll come home and play a conference game in University of Maine at Presque Isle.
Cool. Now tell us a little bit. We got to go here in a minute, but about today's Play for K. What is that all about, and what's the reason behind having that game?
It's an annual event for us. Many of our sports do some type of cancer awareness game. Being that the late Kay Yao was a member of or a coach at NC State, among other schools. It was a no-brainer to decide to highlight Play for K and the Kay Yao Cancer Fund for our basketball cancer awareness game. So, it's great. We're taking donations at the door. The team got together for some team bonding and cooked, did some baked goods, and so we're selling those. And 100% of the proceeds from today's game will be donated to that charity. So,
well, that's very good. It's a great cause, and Kay Al was a great coach, great lady, and it's really an honor that we've carried on her name, and throughout the country they do these kind of ball games. So.
Absolutely.
Well, we're almost ready to tip it off, so we're going to let you go back to your athletic director duties.
Well, thank you. I'll let you go back to your broadcasting duties.
We appreciate you stopping by. Melissa Barrett, athletic director. Thank you. Donnie, we are back.
We are back
for some live action, and we also have some stats we can intermingle into our conversation, I guess. And it's no surprise that Sabrina Shepard is leading with 11 points for the Spirits.
Right now we have a quick kind of awkward foul-looking foul. Wesleyan with the ball, and Williamson drives the ball to the right-handed side, and Lawless kind of playing defense. Williamson throws her body into her. Right now, Wesleyan with the turnover. Lawless with the ball, passes to Zy Henderson, back to Lawless here at the three-point line. Back to Zy Henderson, drives on the right-hand side, passes to Lawless on the corner. Shot is up off the side of the iron. Rebound, Patrick, who now passes it to Williamson, bringing the ball down the court for Wesleyan College. Met by Zy Henderson playing some tight defense. Drives it into the lane. Left wide open, passes deflected off a bush. Passes all the way up to McBride, drives on the right-hand side, up and in for now 32-21 Salem College.
That was a great play on defense by Bush, knocking that ball loose and setting up that layup for McBride.
Benjamin now driving the ball into Wesleyan, looks for the shot. Misses rebound. Patrick, who, as she goes up for the putback, was fouled. It looks like she was fouled by Hannah McBride. And it's her first foul. So, Mike, when you have one foul, I say you have 4 more to go.
4 more to go.
Patrick now shooting free throws.
Actually, we were talking about Alyssa Whitford from Wesleyan with her hot shooting. She's leading the game and scoring with 12 points. 2 for 4 from 3-point range.
Patrick with her second shot. Shot is up. In and out, and rebound Salem. Now Lawless pushing the ball down the court. Sees wide open Zy Henderson, who gives it back to Lawless. Back to Zy Henderson. Pass it to Q Lewis over at the top of the key. Q Lewis drives on the left-hand side, goes up for the shot, but blocked by Benjamin. But then intercepted here by Zy Henderson, who goes up for the shot, also blocked by Patrick.
I think both Henderson and Lewis think they were fouled.
Oh, yes, definitely. Every time I miss a shot, I've been fouled, even in my driveway.
Even if you're out there by yourself, right?
All right, there's a steal here.
Steal by Bush down in the low post.
Q Lewis going up for the shot. She was fouled by Williamson with a reach-in, but the referee didn't quite see it. He was on the wrong side of the floor to see this reach across. So Wesleyan gets away with a possible three-point play, but Zy Henderson steals the ball now, looks back to see where the rest of the team is, goes for a left-handed layup, and in, scored now, 36-21, Salem College.
Coach Money is yelling for her girls to come out and play some pressure defense. I think he wants to put the pedal to the metal here in this opening of the second half.
Well, like we saw in the first half, Salem College was winning the turnover battle with Wesleyan with 15 turnovers and Salem with only 8 turnovers. And right there you saw 2 quick turnovers that turned into baskets. So that's now Zy Henderson did help with 4 of those steals out of the 15 turnovers. However, I think it goes back to our lackadaisical passing. Which
there's another one.
Another one with Hannah McBride tipping the ball and then almost was off to the races and ran out of real estate on that left-hand side.
We do have Sabrina Shepard back in the game for Alexiana Bush.
And Diamond Henderson. And Mike, she's the leading scorer for Wesleyan, but hasn't hit a shot all night long. But she has definitely taken her fair share of 5 shots in 7 minutes that she's played.
So Hudson will be throwing the ball inbounds for Wesleyan. There's some confusion at the scorer's table. I think they want to reset the clock. It's at 17:47, shot clock at 27.
It's wireless, you know, Mike.
Yeah. We love wireless, don't we, Donnie?
Hudson passes the ball into Washington over at the three-point line. Back to Hudson now. Dribbling the ball in. Looks like she wants to shoot a 3, but passes it to Whitford. Whitford passes it to Hudson for a screen. Shot is up off the side of the glass, and rebound. Salem pushes the ball down the court. Zy Henderson now with the ball. Passes it to Q Lewis in the corner. Shot is up and off. Rebound. Wesleyan passes it to Diamond Henderson again, pushing the ball down the court.
Did you hear that click in the background?
No, I didn't hear anything. What's happening here?
We have a photographer in the booth.
Looks like there was an off-the-ball foul here now.
Wolves foul number 22, Kiana Benjamin. Her first.
Benjamin with a foul. Now there's a turnover, and it goes to Salem now. Diamond Hudson was driving in on that right-hand side. It looked like she was going to go in for her first basket of the game, but with a off-the-ball call, it looks like the turnover now belongs to Salem. And now it looks like they're in a box-and-one defense here with the one being Washington for Wesleyan. Passes it into the sweet spot of that zone.
Sabrina Shepard from the free throw line. Turnaround jumper.
Scores 38-21. Sorry, Salem College.
Severs came in for Henderson on that last timeout. So she's on the floor now for Salem. There's a whistle. Timeout called by Wesleyan. I think it was going to be a tie-up in the corner, and they coach alertly in Joey McKinney style called a timeout right before the referee blew the whistle.
Yeah, right now with the turnovers, as much as they are here for Wesleyan, it's important for each possession for them to keep the ball and put it in the hoop. This game is starting to slowly creep away from them in the second half.
Well, Salem scored in the first half. They scored 10 points off turnovers, so they've definitely their defense has created their offense 10 points of it in the first half.
And Wesleyan hasn't scored a point yet this half.
And we've gone 3 minutes and 15 seconds with no points on the board for Wesleyan. 38-21. Second half just underway.
Ball is inbounded now to Whitford. Playing defense is McBride, who passes it to Washington. Back to Whitford at three-point line. McBride all over her. Passes it to Diamond Hudson. Goes to the corner. Passes it in to Patrick. Patrick with a walk.
They're going to call a...
and officially called by a walk.
Travel again on a attempt to go to the basket, number 34.
I saw that movie. It's got the penguins in it. It's called Happy Feet. Have you seen it, Mike? All right, Severs now with the ball. Passes it to Shepard, who just gets crowded. Now to Q Lewis. Passes to Shepard, cutting down the lane. Blocked by Benjamin, but the ball goes out of bounds. Sticks with Salem. Sabrina Shepard, not a small girl, was blocked by a much smaller Benjamin here for Wesleyan. Now Sabrina Shepard inbounding the ball underneath the basket. Gives it to Seaver over in the corner. Back to Shepard. Shepard dribbling the ball around. Gives it to Q Lewis in the lane. Passes all the way across to McBride, who goes up. Was blocked by Washington, but got the ball right back. Now Collins up at the top of the key. 1 second left in the shot clock. Up and off the glass.
Shot clock violation. Going to turn the ball over to the Wolves from Wesleyan.
Now Wesleyan now with the ball. Hudson bringing the ball down the court. Met by Severs playing defense at the top of the key. Gives it in to Benjamin. Pass was off, but picked up by Washington with a nice little turnaround hook shot. Score now for their first basket, 23-38. Salem's continuing in the lead. McBride now with the ball, drives in on the left-hand side, passes to Q Lewis off the back of the iron, rebound Wesleyan. Patrick passes the ball to Hudson. Hudson pushes it all the way down the court to Washington.
A little bit long.
Just a little bit long.
You know, Hudson just hasn't gotten started yet here today, and I think she's probably the kind of player, if she hits a couple of shots, she could go on a run here and narrow this gap in a hurry. So they got to keep an eye on number 20 from Wesleyan.
And they got to keep an eye on Whitford, number 13,
who's with her three-point shooting,
who was leading the game earlier in the first half with 12 points. Q Lewis passes the ball out to.
Ooh, that was great ball movement. That was a little bit strong of a pass down the baseline from Sabrina Shepard, intended for Q Lewis. Lewis takes a seat on the bench.
I think Monet sees the Q as just a little bit out of her element right now. Just can't quite find her shot, and just wants to give her a chance to take some time and just see what's happening in the game and kind of mentally make baskets before she comes out and just shoots.
So Bush took her place on the floor, and there's a nice steal by
Collins over here. Passes it up to McBride, who drives all the way down the court. He hits a wide open Sabrina Shepard. Nice layup. It was an excellent assist. It was almost a no-look pass there. Score is 40-23, Salem College. Williamson bringing the ball down the court. Met by McBride, who's playing some tight defense. There it is. She tips it out, almost gets a steal right there.
She is quick. It was almost like a snake striking.
I tell you, it's like if you put Zy Henderson out here, it's thunder and lightning. That's what I like to call him. There's two guards just like whipping at the ball. Wesleyan now with the ball. Williamson driving it on the right-hand side. Ooh.
I think Collins called for a foul.
Williamson decided to bump McBride in the shoulder, and McBride didn't like that too much on her way by.
Did I ever tell you that the girls get rough playing basketball?
No. All right, Wesleyan with the ball and bounds it to Diamond Henderson all the way in the, and makes her first shot for the game from the corner, three-pointer. Now Collins with the ball all the way down the court. Severs passes it to McBride. Now it's to Sabrina Shepard, also in the corner. Looked like there was a
call on Collins.
Collins shoved her in the back, shoved Diamond in the back as she was going up for the rebound. Now she's going to take a breather and let Crystal Lillis come back into the game. Williamson bringing the ball down the court for Wesleyan now. Met by McBride, playing some tight defense here, really moving her feet well. And she's motioning the forearm there that Williamson is giving her the forearm right there. Goes up to the referee, says, "Look."
Telling the referee that, and I've noticed that. Like I think I mentioned earlier, a lot of the ball handlers with that free arm, they're using it to make some space between them and the defender.
I tell you, Mike, I played a guy over at UNC that would do that over in the gym.
Just keep pushing you as you're trying to guard him.
Let's just say I smacked his arm a couple times. Diamond with her second three-point shot of the half, misses off the iron rebound. Washington passes it to Williamson, drives in on the left-hand side, off the side of the backboard, not even off the side of the glass. All the way up to Sabrina Shepard, who stops up for a shot. Up and in. Shepard. Score now is 42-26. Salem College with 13 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. Williamson bringing the ball down the court for Wesleyan. Met by McBride, passes it to Hudson. Hudson drives in on the right-hand side, passes to Patrick, can't handle the pass. Alexiana Bush picks up the loose ball, brings it down the court herself. Resets the offense to Sievers. Sievers passes Lolis to Bush in the corner for a three. Off the back iron, rebound Hudson. She wanted to go the length of the court with a pass, but nobody was there. Now she brings it down, passes to Williamson, passes into Washington, backs in Shepard. Shepard holding her ground there. Washington with the shot and off the side of the iron. It was off of Shepard's leg and then sticks here with Wesleyan. Hudson to inbound the ball underneath her own basket. Intercepted by Sabrina Shepard. A long pass to McBride. McBride goes for a right-handed layup. Misses, but Salem gets the rebound. Passes back to McBride, who goes up. Made the basket and in. And a foul. And a lot of hugging happening over here.
That was a great play by McBride.
Mike, when she played against Guilford at the very beginning of the season, I thought that she should have been the starting point guard, but Coach Monet really kept an eye on the girls and has made her earn her minutes with Sievers. Goes up, hits the free throw. Score now is 45-26 with 12 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game. Williamson for Wesleyan bringing the ball down the court.
That was Patrick's third foul. Excuse me, Donnie.
Met by McBride, and it was also blocked by Sabrina Shepard. Salem now with the ball. Seaver shoots from the corner. Up and in. It looks like we got a 21-point game here. 47-26. Wesleyan now with a timeout. We're going to take a quick 30-second break.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
The Salem Spirits have come out of the locker room to start the second half, outscoring the Wesleyan Wolves 17-5. So they are continuing their up-tempo game, and we've seen some great shots by Hannah McBride, some great defense down on the other end of the floor. The Spirits are slapping the ball away. They're getting in the passing lanes, creating some turnovers and some fast break layups. And Coach should be happy with how they've responded here in the start of the second half. We still got 12 minutes and 4 seconds to go, but Wesleyan had no choice but to call a timeout and try to slow down what was going on here, because they are really been stymied as far as trying to score points. Hudson did drain a three from the far corner, which I think was her first three of the ball game, and
that's her first basket of the ball game.
And, she's averaging 17 plus a game, leading scorer for the Wolves, and she's just been. I'm not going to say she's been shut down. She just hasn't gotten into the game.
Yeah, she just hasn't found her shot yet. She's still trying to zero in as she inbounds the ball here to Williamson, who brings the ball down the court. Passes the ball to Hudson at the three-point line. Off the side of the iron, rebound. Salem, Lawless now pushing the ball down the court. Hits Sievers, crossing the timeline. Passes it over to Shepard, who passes it in to Michelle.
She traveled, shuffled her feet.
Michelle Morgan, who was underneath the basket all by herself, just couldn't quite get her feet underneath her and just turned and lost her footing. Well, Williamson now bringing the ball down the court after the turnover. She picks up her dribble, passes it to Whitford, who was going in on the right-handed side for a layup and was fouled somehow by Lawless, and Lawless is yelling now.
Whitford has done that a couple of times. She's got great court awareness, and she saw that ball up in the high post, and she's broke behind the defense, and great layup.
Yep. I've played against guys like Whitford, granted she is a girl, where they just make the right cut. They're slippery.
They're not standing still and watching the game. They're always moving without the ball. They always talk about move without the ball.
All right. Well, right now, Salem with the ball. McBride passes to Shepard, who goes up for the shot off the side of the iron. Rebound. Hudson driving the ball down the court now.
1-on-4.
Driving in on the left-handed side.
She brings it out.
Picks up her
wisely.
dribble, passes all the way across to Whitford, who's lighting it up from three, but misses that time. Rebound Shepard. Passes to Lolis, who brings the ball down the court. Passes the Sievers at the top of the key to reset the offense. To Lolis, wide open three. Up and off the side of the iron. And rebound Wesleyan. With Hudson pushing the ball down the court now. Passes to Washington. Over to wide open Whitford off the side of the iron. Rebound Hudson. Goes up.
She's going to draw a foul underneath from Shepard, I believe.
She gets the ball and she's still active even when she's not shooting. So it looks like she'll get rewarded that rebound with a chance for 2 free throws. That's some first shot and off the back of the iron. Salem.
Henderson coming in for Lolis.
Second free throw. Up and in, making the score now 47, Salem 29, Wesleyan with 10 minutes and 43 seconds left in the game. Sievers with the ball. Passes it to Zy Henderson over on the wing. Wesleyan now back in their box and one zone. Zy Henderson with the three-point shot off.
Great rebound by number 55, Michelle Morgan. She's not the tallest person in there, but she got that rebound, and I guess it was a tie-up, but very aggressive move.
Zy Henderson inbounding the ball to McBride, who tries to pass it in to Morgan again and gets the ball tipped. Now it's Wesleyan on the run. Whitford couldn't handle the pass.
She's going to dunk it.
Morgan now underneath.
Made a layup.
There you go. And Michelle Morgan there with a little shot fake got a wide open layup. Now Salem playing some defense here on Wesleyan. Whitford with the ball, tries to get it into Washington.
Called Sabrina Shepard over the back, trying to deflect that pass down low to
Washington over here.
Courtney Washington.
Somehow Courtney Washington is getting some shots.
It's 3 fouls on Sabrina, who is obviously the leading scorer here in today's game. So her and McBride come to the sideline. Rector and Alexiana Bush take the floor for Salem.
Shot is off and rebounded Salem, who pushes the ball down the court to Zy Henderson. Passes to Sievers, passes to Bush. Bush gets it blocked. Now Wesleyan with the ball.
It was Courtney Washington that blocked Alexiana Bush's shot from the baseline.
And then Washington with an easy layup at the other end of the court. Zy Henderson now bringing the ball down the court for Salem. Met by Connor. Connor playing some tight defense. Sievers now with the ball. Passes it all the way across the Bush to Rector. Back to Zy Henderson, who goes up into the lane. Shot is up and off. Passes it to Morgan, who had a foul. Looked like Washington got her with the body.
And Henderson drove down the lane on that particular possession. It was a great opportunity to dish it off to Bush standing right here because everything converged on Henderson. And once she was committed, she had nowhere to go. But, boy, a little dish-off pass would have been great for a short jumper by Bush.
Now Michelle Morgan up at the free throw line shooting 2. Shot is up.
Ooh.
Just off the front of the iron.
They moved that basket back. Now we're going to roll it back forward and see if we can. She got a nice form, though. Nice spin on the ball. There we go. Ooh, right off the front of the iron.
Off the front of the iron. Rebound is Wesleyan. Williamson bringing the ball down the court. Drives to the right-handed side. Gets it inside to Williamson, who is tipped out of bounds by Alexiana Bush, playing those passing lanes.
Both Bush and Shepard have been very active trying to deflect those passes, going down low to Washington. Now
Michelle Morgan with a foul here with Benjamin.
Number 22, Kiana Benjamin.
10th team foul.
It's amazing. There's been 10 fouls called against Salem here in the second half. Only 4 called against the Wesleyan Wolves. So we don't have home field advantage for the referees, I guess.
I guess not. I guess they have to call it like they see it. Well, you know, Mike, with this intense defense that Salem's coming out and playing, sometimes you're going to get some fouls, and I think that's okay, especially when you see they're winning the turnover battle, and
right.
Wesleyan's not hitting their free throws. And with that second free throw up and miss, we've got Alexiana Bush grabbing the ball.
I think that was a foul call against
Wesleyan.
Wesleyan.
Yep.
Against
Kiana Benjamin.
Benjamin with her first personal foul.
Zai Henderson bringing the ball down the court. Met by Connor. Passes it to Severs. Passes it to Rector. Back to Severs at the top of the key. Drives right hand this side. Hands the ball off to Zai Henderson. Gets it into Q Lewis at the free throw line. Passes it to Bush on the right-handed side. Misses the shot. Rebound, but steal here by Salem. Gives it back to Zai Henderson. Passes it to Severs. Now Severs setting up the offense. Looking for an opening. Pass it to Rector. Now gives it back to Q Lewis. Drives this baseline. A little dish out there. Tipped by Wesleyan, and Wesleyan gets the interception.
Q got up in the air in no man's land and just kind of tried to get rid of the ball. It was stolen away by the Wolves defense.
Williamson now with the ball. He has it tipped by Zai Henderson, who passes it to Whitford, who shoots the ball, misses it. Rebound Q Lewis. A long outlet pass here to Zai Henderson, who drives into the lane, throws the ball up off the iron and out, but it looks like she got fouled in the act.
And she literally did throw the ball up.
She literally threw the ball up.
There was no layup for him whatsoever, but she knew she was going to get hacked.
Her first free throw is up and off the back of the iron. Second free throw is up. And in. Score now is 50-31, Salem College. With Williamson bringing the ball down the court for Wesleyan. Drives to the left-handed side. Passes it to Benjamin. Passes it back to Williamson. Almost got it stolen. It looks like... And Zai Henderson diving into the stands now, going after a steal. Almost had it.
Yep, she's back on the floor. No harm, no foul.
She's young. She bounced back up.
Yeah.
You know, they're made when they're that old, Mike, they're made of rubber. They bounce back up fast.
So we have Diamond Hudson and Myra Patrick coming back in the game for Wesleyan with 7:40 to go in the ball game.
And 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Passes into Patrick, who just gets it off the iron, but misses the shot. Rebound Salem. Severs pushing the ball down the court here. Passes to Q Lewis, wide open at three-point line. Drives into the lane, passes it off to Rector, off the front of the iron. Rebound Lewis. Hands in the middle, dives for it. Tips it all the way to Rector. Shot is up off the backside of the iron. Rebound Hudson. Pushes the ball down the court. Sees Whitford, but Severs leaves the floor and gets the ball.
Taken away by Hudson.
Gets it stolen by Hudson, but then Salem gets the ball back.
There was 3 turnovers in less than 10 seconds.
Now Zai Henderson slowing the game down.
That's an oxymoron.
There you go. There it is. Q Lewis driving in on the right-handed side, makes the basket. There was just a power move right there. A nice, good first step. Puts the ball on the floor and then goes right to the basket. Score now is 52-31 with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Williamson driving on the right-handed side here for Wesleyan makes the basket with the score now 52-33 with 6:30 left in the game.
On that play, Washington set a pick, and when she picked the defender, the other defender didn't take up for the drive to the bucket for an open layup.
Bush with a shot in the corner, all long way off. Rebound Hudson, pushes the ball down the court. Passes it to Whitford for a 3.
They're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul on that.
Foul on Rector.
Spirits foul, number 14, Ashlyn Rector, her first. On the line shooting 3.
So now we'll have Whitford going to the stripe for 3 shots.
I'm going to tell you, Mike, hitting a three-pointer is a little bit easier than hitting a free throw.
No, it isn't. She just did it.
First shot is up and in.
Don't tell Alyssa that it's more difficult because she's going to drain all three of them.
Second shot is up.
Shooters
and good.
roll on that one. They hit the front of the iron and roll right in for her.
Are you going for
Trifecta, here we go.
She'll make it every time. She makes all three every time.
You're trying to jinx her, but I'm going to tell you she's going to make it.
I tell you, she's so
Come on,
good.
Alyssa, make it. See, she did the 3 points the hard way. Great job of shooting free throws by Alyssa Whitford.
Salem now with the ball. Rector at the wing passes it into Bush.
She walked. Bush.
Alexiana just couldn't quite get her. I think she was trying to back into somebody, decided not to put the ball on the floor, and just lost her footing. 6 minutes left in the game here with the score 52-36. Salem College on top. Hudson with the ball at the top of the key, shoots a three-pointer up and in. Scores now 52-39. It looks like we're on a little bit of a run here by Wesleyan.
That was an NBA range three-pointer for Hudson.
Zy Henderson with the ball, passes it to Rector on the wing, passes into Q Lewis in the paint, goes up with the shot, rolls around the rim and out. Now Wesleyan with the ball. Williamson pushing the ball down the court for Wesleyan. Passes it into Washington. Little shot fake, passes it to Williamson for a three. Off the side of the iron, Washington with the rebound. Passes to Williamson, cutting inside. Williamson was looking for a foul here, trying to bounce off a Rector, and
she went for a stroll down the lane. We have Sabrina Shepard and Hannah McBride coming in for Rector and Bush.
With the last 5 minutes of the game here, I think that Monet is going to tell these girls to put the pedal to the metal and just play tough defense for the rest of the game. Ball now here with Shepard underneath the glass. Passes it to Zy Henderson at the top of the key with a reach in here by Washington. Almost looked like she clotheslined her.
Number 40 with the personal foul. Courtney Washington.
Zy Henderson inbounding the ball underneath the basket. Passes to Shepard, who gets it blocked by Washington. Back to Zy Henderson. Collins now with the ball. Williamson just...
a little bit close, and you see the look on Collins' face when she momentarily didn't know if the referee was going to blow the whistle, and she gave her a stern look, and she will get a trip to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 situation.
And Collins is definitely one of their better shooters. Shot is up and off.
Way
Rebound
to jinx
now.
him, Donnie.
Hey, you know what? I can't do it all here. Williamson now passes all the way across the court to Hudson for another three up and
buries
in.
that one for three.
So
it's only a 10-point ball game.
She's made 3 threes, but Hudson, I just saw her kind of backpedaling here. She stepped awkwardly and kind of tweaked her ankle, but it looks like she's trotting off the court okay with the timeout here on the floor.
Coach Money calls a timeout to regroup her girls, and this 18, 19-point lead is dwindled down to 10, and we said earlier, if Hudson finds her range, she's going to shoot three-pointers.
That's right.
That's her specialty. And a three-point shot is, you can overcome a lot of deficits if you get a hot three-point shooter. So we'll see what Moni draws up for the defense, because they may put someone on Hudson trying to keep her from having these open shots. But everything was going along really smoothly for the Spirits, and they were double-digit lead, and everything was pretty much in control. And all of a sudden, you hit those threes.
But they keep trying to bring this ball inside the paint here, and I don't know if the girls aren't leaving their feet well or if they're just picking back shots to go up, but Washington is getting a handful of blocks here in the second half, just reaching up and tipping it.
So now we have Sabrina Shepard, Q Lewis, Hannah McBride, and Zy Henderson, and Crystal Lolis will be on the floor for the Spirits with 4:39 left in the ball game. 10-point game.
Lolis inbounds the ball to Henderson. Back to Lolis. Back to Henderson. Back to Lolis on the wing. Passes to Q Lewis on the baseline, who passes to Shepard. Drives it in, and Williamson gets called for a blocking foul for Wesleyan.
It looked from our vantage point like Shepard took a couple steps before the contact.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
if you've got 3 referees that have all 3 angles of the floor covered, why would we question a call?
I never do.
I never do either.
First shot is up. Off the iron and out. Rebound, Wesleyan, who's pushing the ball down the floor, is Whitford.
This is a critical possession now.
To Zy
Throw
Henderson.
the ball away.
Drives in on the right-handed side. A little spin move, left-handed layup, up and in.
That was a very key basket because Wesleyan had a chance to go down and cut it to single digits. A lot of activity, but finally a whistle is blown. Henderson actually was thrown into the visitors' bench, took a seat on the visitors' bench. Shepard's going to pick up a foul on that play.
Sorry, Mike. I'm still trying to figure out what just happened
That
there.
was a lot of action, and when the whistle finally blew, when number 31 at the line,
Yep.
she drove across the lane and I guess was fouled down low by Shepard.
Williamson doesn't mind using her body to create contact, and I think she does a lot of it with her dribble too.
So those three free throws make it a 10-point ball game with 4 minutes to go and the clock moving.
Now Henderson with the ball over here on the wing. Passes to Q Lewis on the baseline, who drives in. Little spin move off the glass.
Look at Henderson.
Gets her own rebound. Then
Lewis hustle and take that rebound.
A little reverse layup. Q Lewis. Don't talk about her, Mike. She'll show up.
That was just a case that Q wanted it worse than anyone else did on the floor in that play.
And they're finally calling Williamson for this pushing foul that she's got when she's got the ball, and it's agitating her.
And, the Spirits have been lobbying for that call all game long, and we've seen that free arm pushing off, and they finally made the call. But it's really a bad time to start making a call when you've let it go for, the first almost whole ball game. We've got 3 minutes to go in the game.
Now Salem with the ball, passes it into the paint to Shepard, who puts the shot up, misses it. Rebound, Wesleyan. Hudson pushing the ball down the court here. Met by McBride. Passes it into Benjamin, who goes up for a layup. Rebound, Washington.
Washington.
Up and in. Scores now 56-46. Salem College with 3 minutes left in the game. Henderson bringing the ball down the court. Met by Washington. Passes it to Lolis. Passes it to Shepard. Gets it tipped out of bounds by Hudson. Lolis now to inbound the ball here right by the Triad Sports Coverage sound booth. Passes to Shepard in. Beating it around. Passes it to Zy Henderson. And a 3-second call on Shepard, who just kind of set up in the lane. Was waiting for some passes, and it never happened. Now it looks like there's a little bit of full court pressure here by what I like to call thunder and lightning. Zy Henderson here. Lightning gets right across the arm. And it looks like since they're in the bonus now, there's going to be some free throws done here by Williamson.
She hit her last two free throws, and what do you know? She misses the next one. One more shot.
Yeah, Williamson leads the team in free throw attempts. Second shot is up and good. Scores now 56-47, breaking into that 10-point lead with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game. Salem taking the air out of the ball. Shepard with a wide open three off the side of the iron. Rebound Hudson, who's going to push the ball down the court herself. Met by Zy Henderson, passes it to Whitford, who was the three-point specialist there, misses the shot. Now Lolis with the ball, bringing it down for Salem. Slowing the ball game down, hits Zy Henderson in the corner, who tries to get into the bush and intercepted Wesleyan now. 2 minutes left in the game.
Timeout Wesleyan.
Timeout Wesleyan, and we're going to take a quick 30-second break.
Today, community means more than the place you live. It's groups of people connected by shared interests and similar experiences. Your yoga class, your work colleagues, your book club. With all the communities in your life, Shouldn't there be one for your financial life? We're First Community, financial experts here to work with you on your personal, business, investments, and insurance needs. That's the power of community.
With 2 minutes and 1 second remaining in the ball game here at Salem College, the Spirits have suddenly seen their scoring opportunities dwindle, and they've taken a 20-plus point lead, and it has disappeared down to a 9-point lead with the great shooting and some really good rebounding and defense by the Wesleyan Wolves. And Hudson, who's their leading scorer, she's made a couple of three-pointers, and if she can find some open space, this game is going to be right down to the wire.
Williamson drives in on the left-handed side, misses it. Rebound, Q. Lewis. It passes all the way down the court to Lolis, who takes a look at the clock and now is going to slow the ball game down. Now Henderson up at the top of the key, passes it to Lolis on the wing, passes to Q. Lewis, and a wide-open Sabrina Shepard underneath the basket and in and smiling everywhere. 1 minute and 33 seconds left in the game. Williamson driving the ball down the court, passes to Washington, a jumper. Off, rebound, Salem. Pushing the ball down the court is Zy Henderson. Passes it to Hannah McBride.
Hannah was hacked.
Hacked by Washington. I think that might be her fourth foul. Score is 58-47 with 1 minute and 19 seconds left in the game. With Hannah McBride up at the free throw line, shooting 2. First shot is up and in, extending the lead to 59-47. Second shot. Up and in, 60-47. Salem College with 1 minute and 19 seconds left in the game. Wesleyan bringing the ball down the court. I'm going to tell you right now, Mike, no threes. And first shot is a three off the side of the iron. Rebound, Wesleyan. Washington with the rebound goes right up and puts it back in. 1 minute left in the game here. Score is 60-49. All the way to Hannah McBride. Passes to Q. Lewis, who tip pass all the way. Sabrina Shepard off the glass and in. 62-49. We're under a minute here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, with the Salem Spirits up 62-49. Wesleyan with the ball. Shot by Hudson. Off the side of the iron. Rebound, Washington.
A foul on Q. Lewis over the back. You know, Washington's quietly had a pretty good ball game. We haven't... she does nothing flashy, but she plays good low post defense, and she's a rebounder. And she can score when she gets a good opportunity. So she's very quietly done a really good job for Wesleyan.
Our first free throw is up and off the front of the iron.
They moved that basket back a little bit, too. So we're going to roll it back forward. And we have some wholesale changes for the...
I think Wesleyan is putting in the subs now. I think they're noticing under a minute. I don't think there's going to be more than 10 points scored. Second shot is up.
Sydney Davis, number 21, is on the floor for the first time today, I believe.
Lolis passes the ball to Henderson. Wesleyan playing some really tight defense. I thought the game was...
Foul.
And a pass...
They fouled Lolis 5 times, and their coach was yelling, foul him, and the referee chose to swallow his whistle, they say, I guess.
For some reason, I think he wanted the game to be over, and Wesleyan is over here trying to foul to get extended shots and extended possessions. Q. Lewis with her first free throw, up and in, extending the lead to 63-50. Now the subs come back out, the fouling subs, it looks like.
Looks like we're doing an offense-defense substitution pattern, I guess.
I think it's who has fouls and who doesn't have fouls. Q. Lewis now with her second free throw attempt, up and in, 64-50. 27 seconds left in the game. Williamson pushing the ball down the court for Wesleyan. Mike, no threes. Drives on the right-hand side, throws the ball off the glass, misses, rebound Salem. Pushes the ball all the way down the court is Zy Henderson, who intelligently takes the ball out to slow the game down. Passes to Lolis.
Going to run the clock out with 10 seconds. There's a sloppy pass that's stolen.
7 seconds, 5 seconds. Williamson with an easy layup on the interception. Scores 64-52. And Hannah McBride bringing the ball down the court.
And that's going to just about do it here at Salem College on a Saturday afternoon in February.
And by just about, it is over. The game is over with Salem 64, Wesleyan 52.
That was quite a game. We thought it was going to be a kind of a blowout at one point during the ball game, but Salem just had a lapse of concentration for a few minutes, and Wesleyan brought it back to it. Actually, they were, I think, trailing only by 9 at one point toward the end of the ball game, and it was they made it a lot more interesting than it should have been. I think is what maybe the coach might say when
I was about to say
she'll come over for some post game comments
after she collects herself.
Yeah, she usually gives the team a chance to go in the locker room and have their own team discussion about the game. Then she'll make her way over. But that was a critical win for Salem. Now they're 2-0 in the conference. They've got to play Agnes Scott and Wesleyan again on the road. So they're in the driver's seat right now, but they've got to keep their wits about them and know that you got to win the last 2 games of the year actually on the road to win the conference.
Let's go ahead and we're going to take a quick break and be right back.
It's a new year, and most people are trying to make a new start. And many of us are trying to make a lasting impact in 2015. Here at the River Church, we believe the greatest way to do that is by connecting with God this year. So we want to invite you to be part of a growing movement that loves God, loves people, and is working to change the world around us, one person at a time. So why not join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. at North Davidson High School, where you will find relevant teaching, impactful, rocking worship, and a great and fun children's environment for your kids to learn more about Jesus. Check us out today at riverchurchlive.com.
Is your business going to die alone? Never meet the customers of its dreams? Just sit on the couch crying into a carton of ice cream while other businesses are out there thriving? New Expression can help. Without the right marketing, you're a wallflower. Without a great website, you're not going to turn heads. And without social media, you don't even have a friend to tell people what a great personality you have. New Expression can give your business a total brand makeover and get you out there, attracting customers. It used to be about who had the biggest ad in the phone book. Today, customers hit the web to locate and research before they call. If Google isn't steering customers to your site or they're not impressed by what they see, you're missing out. New Expression does web design and can provide a free analysis to see how your site stacks up against the competition. Don't have time to constantly update social media? Want cool custom apps and graphics? New Expression can help there too. From print design to mobile marketing to online presence to brand identity, New Expression can help you express yourself. Find out more at nuexpression.com.
The Salem College Spirits just picked up a home win, a 64-52 conference victory over Wesleyan from Georgia. We have Coach Brittany Money here with us for some post-game comments. First of all, congratulations on a big win. You love those conference wins.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Now, we were commenting during the game, Sabrina Shepard, when she gets hot and has her game, I mean, I think she had 21 points according to the stat sheet, played a great game. I think maybe it was a difference in igniting your offense and keeping you far enough ahead, because there was a point in the second half, late in the game, that his lead went from 20-19. All of a sudden, it was a 9-point ball game. And we talk about the three-point shot. It can do a lot of things for the outcome of a ball game. What happened in that? Did they lose concentration? Just what happened in that period where the lead started to dwindle?
Yeah, I think we got the lead and we had the energy that we wanted. And once we had that energy and we saw that we had the lead, I think we got a little bit complacent. And that's one thing that I've always preached about whenever I talk to you guys, is that we always keep the fight, and I don't think we kept the fight for that period of time.
So you think they might have gotten a little bit overconfident, and here we are 20 points up. But, like you say, you've got to play the whole 40 minutes because
right.
The other team doesn't quit. And coming out with another conference win obviously was your goal here today, and with Sabrina stepping up, and Q she took a little while to get going. She just had a little bit of an off game, it looked like.
Yeah, she did, but I think she scored her points a little quietly today.
Yeah, she ended up with 13, and actually she she scored them when they counted the most, when we needed them toward the end of the ball game. Now on the other side of the game here, Diamond Hudson, who's our big scorer from Wesleyan, she was averaging 17 plus a game, and we were commenting about her shot wasn't falling, but she hit a couple of threes, and then you start thinking in the back of your mind, if she gets hot, and you start exchanging 3 for 2 or 3 for none, that could have been a real difference in the ball game.
Absolutely.
Now, did you have any special defense you wanted against her, knowing that she was the main scorer for Wesleyan?
Yeah, our biggest thing coming in is I wanted to have a lot of pressure on the point guard so that we couldn't get the ball to the wing. That's why Zakia, who's a phenomenal defender, I wanted her to guard so that we couldn't get the ball to the wing. And the biggest thing was don't sag. Don't sag on her. She can shoot the lights out.
I noticed all your front court gals were really playing some aggressive defense, slapping the ball away and diving. And we always say that, defense is what wins ball games. And I thought they did a great job. And it was fun to see, Michelle Morgan actually scored a basket. So some of your players who don't get as much playing time got out on the floor and actually contributed. It was a great win. So you're 2-0 in the conference.
Yes.
And then you'll finish the year on the road.
Yes, we'll be down to Agnes Scott and Wesleyan.
And those 2 games will determine the conference champion. So good luck to you. It's been a fun first year, fun getting to know you, and we'll be here next Sunday for Senior Day. So good luck to you in that game and the rest of the year, and hopefully we'll see you in the NCAA tournament. You never
Absolutely.
know. Congratulations, Coach Money, and thank you for coming over after the game.
Thank you very much.
You bet. So, Donnie, we have going to wrap this broadcast up after a great win for the Spirits. As Coach Money said, there was a little bit of a lapse of concentration, a little bit of complacency, a little bit of overconfidence, and and she very wisely called timeout and kind of, so to speak, stopped the bleeding, because it doesn't take long to lose these leads, as we saw today. So it was a good job of coaching by Coach Brittany Money in her first year here at Salem College. A great win for her and her program. Great 2-0 start in the conference. So we'll look forward to some more wins here along the way, and hopefully the Spirits can pick up a conference championship and go to the NCAA tournament. We will be here next Sunday afternoon for the senior. It'll be Senior Day for Salem, as they will be taking on Washington Adventist at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So for Mr. Donnie Baldridge, who is a producer, a production person, he is the director of the show, and he also is play-by-play commentary. So for Donnie Baldridge, this is Mike Petaway saying thank you for joining us. We'll be on the air Thursday night for a high school game. Winston-Salem Christian School will be playing North Stokes High School at St. Peter's Outreach in Winston-Salem. It'll be Donnie Baldridge and myself doing the calling the game.
That's right.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Again, it was a win for the Salem Spirits, 64-52. So until we meet again over the airways, so long.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible. I murder ass, approaching me certain death, like hopping overboard in the Arctic without a thermic vest, so just free.